Well, good morning, everybody. This is Patty. Welcome to our wake-up call. Excited for the call this morning. We got Chris Smith's going to do the call. Chris is from Oklahoma City area, and he is a successful businessman. We've been associated for about 15 years, and I've got to know him and his family. He's got 4 boys, him and Sarah. They homeschooled their children, built a business where he could come home and homeschool their kids, and they run a youth ministry, and just inspires me all the time. And I always kid because when I call him, I say, "How are you?" And he says, "I choose to be fantastic." And it always starts me out in the right attitude. So I'm glad you get to hear him this morning. Chris, are you there?
I am, and thank you very, very much, Patty. I appreciate all the kind words. So as you guys know, we are going through the book, The Little Things Matter, 100 Ways to Improve Your Life Today by W. Todd Smith. And today we're in chapter 82, and it is Increase Your Value to the Marketplace. So I've read through this chapter about 4 times. I am very excited to share it with you guys this morning. So let's get started. Again, increase your value to the marketplace. A basic foundation of our economic system provides that the amount we earn is based on the value we offer. It follows then that the more value we bring to the market, the more we can charge for our service. Let's probe a little bit deeper and get a better picture of what this means. What is the difference between those on top of the pay scale in any given profession and those at the bottom? Yes, the people on the top of the pay scale receive a higher salary because of their skills, but there's an intangible here that is often missed. People at the top of the pay scale are recognized and rewarded for all the little things they do to bring value to the organization. If you want to earn more money, you must increase your value. Only after increasing your value can you expect to charge more for your service. It doesn't work like many people think. Pay me more and I will do more. This is the mindset of a low-wage employee who never gets ahead. The entrepreneurial-minded employee sounds something like this. Let me do all I can to increase my value, and if my current employer doesn't value that, then I will market my services to another employer. And then a new way of thinking. My oldest son, Jared's first job as a bagger at the local grocery store is a good example. His employer's instructions were simple enough. Ask the customers if they want paper or plastic, and as you pack their groceries, in the bag, put like items together, and don't make the bags too heavy. One day, Jared came home discouraged. He said, "Dad, this job's not at all challenging. It's meaningless." Jared's dismay was a perfect opportunity for me to share the little things matter philosophy and to help him understand how he could improve his value and self-image. I reminded him that, although he wouldn't earn additional money because the salary of a bagger was limited, it was important for him to perform the roles of a bagger in the best possible way. I encouraged him to look at the job as an opportunity to grow, to become a better person, and to prepare for the future. I challenged him to think of ways to go beyond his employer's normal expectations, keeping his shoes shined, clothes pressed, smiling at the customers, offering them a friendly greeting, making eye contact, thanking them for their business, and volunteering to do the things the other employees did not want to do. My goal was to teach Jared a new way of thinking, to focus on the little things that he could do to increase the value to the marketplace. It wasn't long before he began to enjoy his work, winning the appreciation and admiration of his employer and coworkers. The life lessons stayed with Jared throughout his teens and early 20s. Today, at the age of 24, he owns a highly successful business and is the first person I go to for business advice. And then the last little subsection here is the compounding effect. Focusing on the little things to enhance your value will add up. Going the extra mile brings great rewards because so few people make this effort. And if I had this book, if I was you, I would do what I did there. I would underline that. Going the extra mile brings rewards because so few people make that effort. As you make small changes, you will see an increase in your value. At first, it may not be measurable, but your ultimate success will come as a result of the compounding effect of doing the little things over a long period of time. It comes from making small improvements day after day, week after week, month after month, and year after year. Compare your success to investing your money. Just as interest compounds over time, so will your value if you stretch yourself to build your value each day. So before I turn it over to Patty, just my 2 cents on it. As a youth pastor, I always approach everything from that standpoint. And Galatians 3 actually talks about working with all of your heart. So it's kind of in Galatians 3, 18 through 25. But in verse 22, it talks about bond servants. And that was basically a word for employee then. If you said, hey, I want your land, I'll work for you for 7 years, and you would become their bond servant for those 7 years to get the land that you wanted or however long that y'all decided or whatever. So it says bond servants, and obey your earthly masters and everything, so your boss. And do it not only when their eyes is on you to curry their favor, but with sincerity of your heart and reverence to the Lord. So it's basically saying, work harder, do more, basically everything the book's saying here. And it says, whatever you do, work with all your heart as working for the Lord, not for your human master, since you know that you will receive an inheritance for the Lord. So it's kind of, like I said, telling us the same thing. Work with the right attitude, with the right heart, with the right enthusiasm. It is that little thing that makes the difference, not only in earthly things, but also in heavenly things. So with that, Patty, I will turn it over to you for your 2 cents, and then I'll come back for the little things that matter challenge.
Well, I think it's a great message, and it really fits, I think, because people that are on this call, they're wanting the personal development, they're wanting to start their day out right, and I think little things matter really matches this, as it says, the little things we do, and I was thinking, about in high school, I had a home ec teacher, and I was with her for 4 years, but it was my senior year. She was teaching life lessons, and it was all about that. It was like, if you don't like the job you have, she said, just while you're there, you've got to act like you like it. You've got to smile and do the best you can. But the one thing she said, and it was just a little thing, she said, always send a thank you. If you go in for an interview, she said, send a thank you for that interview. And that was a little thing that I did. And it ended up that I got the jobs that I applied for through life. But even my kids, like I've done, wherever I've worked, my parents taught me to do that extra and go over and above. And, my husband works for the railroad, and he would be like all the time, why are you doing this? Why are you helping them? But it makes a difference when you help other people and you do things for other people. And so I kind of, raised my kids that way. And my daughter, Lori, she was working at Pizza Hut, and she was like, she liked the job, but she didn't like some of the stuff at the job. And I just told her, it's like, you've got to smile and be the best employee, dig deep in and do whatever you can. And sometimes I know she'd come home and frustrated. Now she's moved up to manager of a store. She's moved away from home. But when I go down to our little small town, I've probably had 10 people tell me, if Lori comes back, you tell her to come to us. We'll give her a job. We would just love to have her. And it's because she learned to go above and beyond, working and, smiling and helping people and being that light. So it just does make a difference that we always, go above and beyond with those little things. So I'll turn it back to you, Chris.
Yeah, absolutely. And I've had kind of similar experiences in my job history. I will tell you, one of the best things that kind of helped me in this department is I delivered pizzas for a while as a job, as an extra job at one point, and then as a full-time at another small season of my life as I was building my business. And, it's service industry that based on tips. I got a base salary, and then I got gratuity, if you will. And, man, there's nothing better that teaches you about service and how to serve people than having part of your pay based on people's appreciation for your service, and it will help you go the extra mile. It has some frustrations, of course, for people that don't appreciate you through that process, but it is a good thing to help. But anyway, Little Things That Matter challenge. What's your current value to the market? Seriously, how much are you worth? If you were a publicly traded company, what would be the price of your stock? How much would you buy? As you look to increase your value, focus on these two things. First, be intentional about performing your core job description at the highest level of excellence you are capable of achieving. Man, that's good. Second, be conscious about doing those things that go above and beyond your job description. It's all the things that you do without being asked that distinguishes you from your peers. And then it says the most significant increase in your value will be achieved if you know the little things matter and then you do them consistently at the highest level of excellence. So anyway, again, really enjoyed this chapter. We'll have Patty unmute the line so we can say goodbye to each other. I hope you all have a wonderful and blessed day. And weekday, Monday through Friday. We'd love for y'all to join us and start your day with us, and y'all have a wonderful day. Bye-bye, guys.
Great job, Chris. Have a great day, Patty.
Bye-bye. Have a good day. Have a good day.
Oh, that's so sweet.
Debbie, sweetie. Nice to hear from you.